Play the Spire to the Neowsletter April 2026 is what we're going to be looking at for today. But let's just get straight into it, shall we? So they did put a roadmap. So it starts off with the features and the systems. They plan to have a Steam Workshop support for more languages, the bestiary, a way to view and learn about the enemies in the game, and experimental game modes. Their ongoing tasks right now are fixing bugs, compatibility and performance improvements, game balance and tweaks, quality of life features, audio polish for more city voices, and visual polish, less city placeholder art. And this is the important one, the content. So they are planning to have an alternate act 2, a new character, alternate act 3, and more cards, events, relics, and potions. But further off into the future, they plan to port into other consoles, platforms, mobile, and etc. Steam achievements and trading cards, and a true victory plus everything that comes with it. Slay the Spire 2 statistics. So these are the different events that you can have and which one you choose. So there's one for the Lantern Key. You can either return the key or fight the key. It's 56% to return the key and 44% to fight the key. The War Historian Repi in Act 3. You can choose to unlock the cage. 88% of people chose to unlock the cage and 12% chose to unlock the chest. The Room Full of Cheese. 63% decided to gorge the cheese and 37% decided to search the cheese. And finally, the Berdonist Nest in Act 1, probably the most split, or yeah, I mean the most equal. 51% decided to take the egg, and 49% decided to eat the egg. A Q&A with Casey and CNA. Kevster asked, I noticed that all basically of the new Neowsletter and SES2 come out on Thursdays. Does this day have a special meaning to you guys and the team? Casey says, if we push Neowsletters or builds or newsletters or builds earlier during the week, we'd be gauging the reaction of players throughout the week. This isn't productive for us. If there are problems, typos, etc., we can fix them on Friday. Brigel asked, is it possible to have matchmaking or in-game chat for multiplayer? Casey says matchmaking is a bit up in the air at this time. I think any video game where you can be paired up with strangers brings a whole host of headaches that a smaller team wouldn't want to deal with. But maybe we're being too stringent. Perhaps something to evaluate later. We could probably bring in some kind of in-game chat. I don't think we'll do voice unless something horrible happens to Discord. Booyah asked, will there be an endless mode added? Casey says, probably not. The deck building gets less exciting the longer a run goes on. I think games like Balatro do a better job due to infinite strategies being possible less often. The scaling of their game's mechanics feels more natural, whereas it's not really the case for us. Still, you never know how inspiration strikes. Maybe a modder will think of a way to make it work. D asks, will you also make official tabletop simulator expansions so that those that don't have friends IRL could play the board game online with others? Demi says, firstly, Contention Games is the one who handles most things related to the board game, as they develop, produce, and distribute it. Secondly, the public playtesting of the board game's Downfall expansion has just recently begun, actually, and you can find it on Tabletop Simulator here. For those who don't know already, the base board game can be found on Tabletop Simulator here. If you'd like to provide feedback on the Downfall expansion and find teammates, check out the Contention Games Discord server. Origo asked, will this beta patch make it to the normal branch soon or not? Casey says, probably when we feel that the first set of balance patches feel stable in the beta branch. We were discussing pulling in a handful of fixes into the main branch before then. So that might happen soon, maybe before this Neowsletter is even published. Human asked, on non-negotiables while developing Slay the Spire, what was the one thing you were never willing to compromise on to ensure the fun of the game? Casey says, there must be whimsy. Human asks, on persistence as students, we often find our willpower weakening when development stretches on for a long time. How did you maintain the team's morale and spirit throughout the long development and early access period? Casey says, it's really important to get a feel of the general spirit of the team. If it feels like the people are only talking about tasks instead of the work or project as a whole, then maybe consider a break. This kind of mentality isn't exactly for a game jam. It's easier to stay motivated in person. Although our team is mostly remote, only 3 of us utilize the office, we meet up a few times each year. For a game jam, maybe it will be fun to take a slightly longer lunch for some fried chicken or something. I love fried chicken also. I'm taking a short trip to Berlin in May. Don't tell anyone. Final one is Human Ask, a word for us. Could you please share a short message of encouragement for the students preparing for Dagyongja? Casey says, remember to have fun. Don't just eat protein bars and instant ramen. Of course, they also put Merch Madness. These are U2s, so you can go check them out if you want to. They look very, very sick. Their merch is very, very nice. I would love to get some of their merch too. This is just Slay the Spire connections. You can try it out if you want to. I failed, sadly, but maybe you'll get it. Map masterpieces. So these are just the arts. This one's by Petrico, and this is the art of the silent. Very nice. Another one, I don't know how to say the name. I think that's Japanese, if I'm not mistaken, but that is art of the Necrobinder. Another one by Dusk's Knife. This is a whole art. I'm pretty sure including the Regent and the Watcher. I wonder if the Watcher is going to come back. I'm not sure, but this looks absolutely amazing. A simple one by Axie. Look at that. The Defect and the Flaw. And of course, what did you expect? There's going to be Bad Apple in Slay the Spire 2. You can go ahead and check the link in the creator. Please do check them out. Please. Okay, for the community corner, these are just arts, and the theme was Sakura blossoms or something like that. This one was by .net Izzy. Very nice, very cute. I don't know how to say this name, but this one also is very cute of all the characters in Sakura petals. This one's by Muki and Ren using I think a watercolor if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, this one looks great. Okay, so last three for the community corner. You should genuinely check out their art. This one was posted in X by Radio of Necrobinder in a frilly dress. This one is by Botari, and this is the silent with, I forgot the name of this enemy. And look at those shivs, they look absolutely amazing. And for the last one, it is by Jan of the Regent, looking like a king, of course. Please do check out these links. But of course, that is it for the Slay the Spire 2 Neowsletter of April 2026. I hope you all have a great one as always, everybody. Bye.